What if I told you that this one skill has made me over $20,000, and in the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes, I'm going to take you from a complete beginner to building your first AI agent. And the crazy part is I don't even need to know how to write a single line of code. All you just know how to do is to just listen to me, follow my tutorials, and follow my guide, and you're good to go. And it's completely free, no forget. Now let's get into it. Now I know that sounds unbelievable, but let me prove it to you. You see, when I first started, I didn't have a tech background, no money for expensive tools, and I have zero idea of how AI actually works. But once I discovered this simple method and some few automation tricks, I went from a complete beginner that just tests random AI tools to actually building my own actual AI agent that people actually pay for. So I can tell you this, if I can do it, you can do it too. So let me start with a proper introduction of myself. My name is Dave Tech Pro, and today I'm giving you something that took me months to figure out, plus more than 10 ready-to-use templates that you can start selling to businesses and making your own money. Right now, while everyone is panicking about AI taking their job, smart entrepreneurs are using AI to generate and create multiple income streams. But here's what nobody's telling you. You don't need to be a programmer, you just need to know the right tool, and that's it. This is N8N, the platform I use to build AI agents that businesses pay thousands for. And by the end of this video, you'll have your first AI agent running and more than 10 ready-to-use templates that I can start customizing and selling to clients. I've built AI agents for restaurants in Lagos. I've also built for some e-commerce stores in London and also for some consulting firms in New York. I've built some different AI agents for different local businesses like hairdressing, plumbing, and I can tell you that as an African entrepreneur, the opportunity here is massive because most businesses haven't even discovered AI agents or AI automation yet. Here's exactly what you're walking away with today. First, I'll show you how to get your free N8N account, and also I'll take you through all the simple settings that you need to know to get started with N8N. And when it gets to building AI agents or AI workflow, I'll take you through all the simple steps that you need to know and every configuration that you need to know to get started. You're going to get OpenAI API keys, Google Gemini API keys. I will let you understand what webhooks are, what HTTP requests are, what API keys are, what if and switch are. Don't worry, we're going to build AI agents and AI workflow together. I really let you understand what everything is and how everything works. Most importantly, everything that we're going to be working on here, every template, I'll have it uploaded on my GitHub repo, so you can just easily go there, just download and just start customizing and selling to your business and selling to businesses and clients and just start making money just like that. Is that sweet? So now let's get into it. But before we jump in, do me a favor, if you are serious about building your own AI business, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification because I'll be dropping different AI strategy every week that most of my community members used to eat around more than $10,000 every week. Yeah, adding to everything I've been saying since, I feel it's better to first start with a proper introduction, show some little diagram to really explain what N8N is, how it works before we actually become, before we actually go into the practical part, before being handy with those tools. It's better to first, show you some little theory before going to the practical part. Let's first start with what N8N is. N8N is pronounced as N8N. It's a tool that lets you connect to different apps and services, so they can work automatically for you without you needing to code everything from scratch. Just think of N8N like your smart personal assistant that runs your business while you sleep. Everything just depends on the instructions you give it and how you configure it to be able to get some kind of particular task for you. Do you understand? So just for instance, you can give it instructions like every Monday, generate a report from my sales data and save it to Google Sheets. You can also give it instructions like when a customer places an order, send them a confirmation email and notify me on Slack. You can also give it instructions like when someone book a meeting, add it to my calendar and send them a reminder message an hour before. You can also give it instruction like whenever I get a message on WhatsApp, reply to that message as me and take care of the customer service and sales assistance and everything. It will do everything just for you. Anything takes care of everything automatically, no coding, no manual work, just smooth workflow that save time and make you look like a genius. So now let's go into some little diagram here to first start explaining everything we're about to build. This is the foundation of everything we're about to build. Firstly, we have the inputs, we have the LLM, we have the output. This input is what triggered this particular workflow. Just for instance, we have the inputs as maybe a chat input trigger. Chat input trigger just basically mean where you just like type in something. So now maybe we'll type hello. The hello gets sent into this LLM. The LLM then thinks and reply you as normal. Do you understand? Like hello, maybe I or whatever the reply might be. Do you understand? So now this is where it becomes more handy because now we are not just chatting with the LLM, we are giving the LLM access to those different tools that maybe we want to get done. Do you understand? Maybe getting access to Airtable, Gmail, Outlook, and some other database like Google Sheet and all of that. Don't worry, I will explain a little bit more about that a little bit further. Do you understand? So now, firstly, I want to first let you understand what AI workflow is and what AI agent is. Now, just give you some little difference of what it is. AI workflow are like step-by-step instructions. You design them yourself, like saying, whenever I get a message on Gmail, let it be sent to open AI, let it be sent, let those check my Google Sheets for whatever this you want to do, check Google Drive and send maybe, this they follow a fixed path. You control every step like a robot following your exact plan. You give it an exact plan that, okay, this is what I want you to do. But when it gets to AI agents are more like a digital worker that think for themselves. You give them a goal, not like an exact step. So for example, let me use this example for where I have like, okay, now for me now where I have like a company where I sell gadgets. Just for instance, I want to have an AI agent that replies to my customer, tell them the exact price of what gadget they need, and reply them as normal. Do you understand? So now, for instance, the customer sent a message. This is what trigger this particular AI agent to get some kind of particular things done. When a message is being sent to my Google, to my Gmail, the AI agent then use the brain to think, okay, what's this message all about? What's this thing all about? Then he knows what reply that is going to give the customer. So now when he okay, this person wants to buy iPhone 13 or whatever phone the person wants to get, it then use this tool, which is the database of where I save all the gadgets I have available. Just for instance, I have a database where I say, okay, my 13 Pro Max is 500k, my 15 Pro Max is 600k, kiniko. So in case the customer message and say, hello, I want to buy an iPhone 15, it then goes to my database where I have the prices of all the gadgets I have there, you understand, and then check that, okay, what's the price of this iPhone 15? Okay, is it 200k? And then he uses the memory to see, okay, have we have any conversation before? The memory is just like a database and a storage that keep record of every conversation we are having with each customer. Do you understand? It uses the memory to think that, okay, what's this this person and this person shared before? Okay, okay, they've shared before. This was the previous message they had, and if we then know how to use the brain to think and generate a reply to give to the person again. Maybe we want to to reply the person, okay, hello, yes, we have this particular iPhone 15. Then he uses the same tool to reply to the person, and maybe send me a summary message of what conversation they have there. It will do everything. AI agents have their brain, they have their own exact brain. For AI agents, you give it a goal, but when it gets to AI workflow, you set that exact step. They have to follow that exact path that you give them access to. They can't change. But for AI agents, they have their brain to think that, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And you give it access to those different tools that you need to get done. Don't worry, when we get to working with anything for real, I will show you examples, I will show you explanation, I will show you some kind of practical way that will give you understanding of what I'm talking about right now. Do you understand me? Okay, now let's go to the first part, which is actually getting your account from anything. To get your account, you first go to the actual website of anything, which is n8n.io. And when you get there, you just click on this get started for free. And after clicking it, it take you to a page similar to this. And then just fill in your details like your full name, your company email, confirm that email address, put in your password and put in your name again, and just like click here to like verify that you're a woman. You understand? I just click start this. Start free day trial and just going through now. And then it brings you to something like this, say hi dear, etc. Answer these questions and all of that. Comment is loading up. I think I'm having an issue with my network now. I'm coming to get done now. And then it takes you to a page like this where you like fill in some kind of information. You just ask like, what's the country, what's the company size, all this information. I don't think it's really needable. I just like, okay, only me just click 20 and just okay. Support, okay, all about this information, and that's okay. intro, coming, education, okay. Just try to fill in some kind of random information. It's where you get the information. Click YouTube, contract, have you contracted any clinical, yes, no. And these are just like information that you just have to fill in. And when you get to this email part, just like skip, this is like when you want to invite some kind of like team member, do you understand? And just click on start automating. And then you try to like load up your actual page. So after you're done with signing up and logging in your N8N account, you'll be welcome with a page similar to this, excluding all these things I just used for testing. Do you understand? So the next thing you do after getting to this page, don't let it scare you at all. Don't let it scare you because I'm going to explain a little bit further with what we are working with. You understand? But just follow my guide and follow the tutorial I'm giving you. So the next step you just have to take is to click on this create workflow. And this open like a new Canva where we like where we just have to like get started with creating those particular workflows. So the next thing you just have to do is but before we go, I would like to explain a little bit more about what we are saying and what is happening here. Do you understand? So you don't look like we are acting some kind of drama here. So what you see now is your Canva where you like add those different nodes. And just think of it like you are adding some kind of block. Do you understand? This is where you add those different tools and configure it. This is just like your workspace or whatever you want to do here. Do you understand? So now what you just have to first do is first name your workflow. So maybe you just want to name this workflow demo 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 YouTube tutorial, and then you just click this. You see saving, and then you say workflow successfully created. So the next thing you just have to do is to click on let me click this out. You click on this plus icon here. So the next thing you will see next is what trigger this workflow. Do you understand? What particular thing do you want to trigger this workflow? Do you want it to be a trigger, a manual trigger, or you want it to be on app events, or you want it to be on schedule, or you want it to be on web call, or you want it to be on form submission, or whatever you want trigger to be. This is just what starts a particular workflow and start whatever we want to do. So just for instance, now let's start with a simple testing here. We choose on this chat input trigger, this chat trigger, and maybe we want it to be connected to some kind of like AI agent. So now let me explain a little bit more about what AI agent is before we actually get working. So now you see when you click on this plus icon here, you see what happens next. What do you want to actually do next? Do you want to add AI, or you want to add action in an app event, or what do you want to actually do? So the next thing you just have to do is to click on this AI and click on this AI agent, and then just click out like this, and then you see something like this. So now what this means is this is actually your AI agent. This is what is going to work for you. This is your AI agent that will do the agent's work for you. Do you understand me? So now just for instance, you click on this open chat and you say hello. When you click on send, it does nothing because we don't have a brain connected to it. What the brain is the LLM, is the chat input, is the LLM that will be able to think and know what response to give. Do you understand? LLM like ChatGPT, like OpenAI, like Anthropic model, like Google Gemini, and all this stuff. So now when you click on so now let's like probably let's add our chat model. Let's add our brain to this particular AI agent. So now let's click on this button here and add. So now when you click on this chat model, you see all different language models that we have here, like model selector, Anthropic chat model, and all this stuff. So now and DeepSeek and Google Gemini, all this stuff. So now let's click on this OpenAI chat model and just claim our credit. Just click on this claim credits to like claim your credits now before we actually go and buy our actual AI agents, our OpenAI and whatever model we want to do. So now just click on save. So now when you open this chat and you say and you say hello and send the message. You see, it uses the brain to think and know what response to give. You see, hello, our own input is hello, which is the human. You see, it now gives an output which is hello, how can I assist you? Before we go a little bit further with explaining what AI agent is and even adding any tools to it, I feel it's very important we talk about something very important, which is called the system message. System message is a very, very important part of the AI agent because this is what tells the AI how to behave and how to act to whatever instruction and whatever information is being sent to it. Just think of system message like AI secret instructions. This is how you set the personality and the roles of your AI before any user message is even being sent in. Just think of system message like system prompts, like you say, okay, I want you to behave like this, I want you to do this. So now, without talking too much, let's actually go into setting something out. For us to add our system message to this AI agent, we have to first double click on this AI agent, and it's battery at 5% now. Sorry, and then it comes on like this. And for us to add the system message, you just click on this add options and click on this system message. And by default, you see that we just have our simple system message, which is maybe simple system prompt, which is you are a helpful assistant. This is what comes as default. And let's change it and say you are a romantic lover, and whenever a message is being sent to you, I want you to reply romantically. I'm sorry, I did a mistake here. Lover, you're a romantic lover, and whenever a message is being sent to you, I want you to reply romantically. So now let's just click back to Canva and save this, and now let's open our chats. So now when I click on hello, and when I send in hello, use the OpenAI to think and check our system message and give us an output now. So now you see with what the output is, it's different from what the output was before. So now since it is now using the system message to think, and okay, how will I actually respond to this person? How will I give the output? Do you understand? We sent one item, and then it uses the open AI to think and give us an output. Now, see, the output is now, hello, my heart. Just float hard a little, send your message. How can I make your day more beautiful today? So now, it's not just responding like normal again. Now, it's now coming up with that personality that I gave it, which is now that you are, which is now you are a romantic lover. So now you already know is a romantic lover. How will it reply as a romantic lover? So now that's what he's doing. He's using the chat model to think and respond to me. Easy as that. I think that should be explanatory enough. But when we get to working, when we get to adding some other tools, you get to understand how system message actually work, what system message is, and how it actually functions for real. Do you understand? It's simple. All right, now let's talk about memory. Remember what I told you about memory now. Memory is one powerful feature that most beginners don't really pay attention to, but it changes the game. Memory is what allows the AI agents to remember past conversation or instructions instead of always starting from beginning every time you are communicating. You understand? Let me use this simple example to really explain what I'm talking about. If we click on this open chat now, and I say hello, my name is David, and I send this. It gives me a reply that hello David, Kiniko. Okay. And I ask now, what is my name? See, you do not have any idea of what my name is. But now see where the magic will happen. Let me just click out now. Click on this memory. The tab open where you say memory. So just click on this simple memory. and just click out like this. So now when I come here and save, and then I open here and I say, hello, my name is David, and I send now. I already have it in memory that my name is David, and I now ask now, say, what is my name? See now I have idea of what my name is now. See, David, the name, the dance is kiniko. No, based on that system message I have, that's why it's making it sound romantic with David. You understand? So that's just what that is. You understand? So that's just a simple explanation of what memory is, how AI agent is, and what model is. Do you understand? Before we proceed a little bit further, I just feel it's very important and I talk about this so you really understand what's really happening here. Anytime you are working with node in anything, just understand this. The left side is the input. That's where data enters the node. This middle part is the configuration. This is where you set things like the credentials, system image, or anything or any settings that node might need. You understand? This right part is the output. That's the result the node give you after processing everything. So basically, the input brings in data, the configuration tells the node what to do, and the output gives the result based on how you set it up and how you configure it. Do you understand me? That's just it. And when it gets to data being sent in, data are always sent and output in different formats. We have it in schema, we have it in table, we have it in JSON. And one sweet thing about anything is that you can just move all this information by just dragging and dropping, and you just do a lot of all those things. Don't worry, when we get to working, I will show you how to use it, how to do all those things. And out of all this one, we still have one they call binary. That binary deals with files, like maybe you want to send documents or you want to use send documents or maybe picture or videos. That one will be in binary format. Do you understand? When it gets to text and all these things, it always comes in schema, table, and JSON, and that's just it. Don't forget, this is the input, this is the configuration, and this is the output. Do you understand me? And you can view those data in different formats, both schema, table, and JSON. Easy as that. Alright, now that you already understand how AI agent works, how to connect those charts and how to connect those models, you already understand what memory is and how to connect it and how it actually works. You already understand what system message is. You understand? So now I think it's better we go create more demo to furthermore explain how anything actually works. So for us to leave these current projects, we just click on this overview here. This just takes us back to the dashboard where you see everything. You understand? And for us to create another workflow, just click on this create workflow, and then this then happen. And the first thing I always like to do, I always like to first name my project. But let's just name it demo 2. After naming it, you see workflow successfully created. The next thing you just have to do is, what's the next thing we have to do? Let's click on this plus button here. Let's click on this plus button and you see, and then it's come up with a question. What triggers this workflow? What do you want to actually trigger this workflow? You want it to be triggered manually, which is just by clicking a button, or you want it to be on an app event, or you want it to be on a schedule, which just mean maybe you want it to run around what hour, what day, maybe you want it to run around 6 o'clock. That's what this on a schedule mean. Or you want it to be on web call, or you want it to be on a form submission, or whatever you want the trigger to be. So let us just click on this trigger manually. And what this just actually means is it's just like a button. So when you just click on execute workflow, you see it's just like clicking a button. That's what it means. And the next thing you just have to do is to click on this next plus button here. So you now come up with the question again that what happened next? What do you want it to be? What do you want to happen next? Do you want it to be AI? You want it to be action in an app? Or you want it to be data transformation? Or what do you want to happen next? And now for me to explain, let me just click on this action in an app. This then shows us all the native integration that N8N have available, like those apps that N8N have available. And then let's just search for Google Sheets and click this Google Sheets. What's the action? Oh, document, you want to create a spreadsheet, or you want to delete the spreadsheet, or you want to append or update row in sheets, or you want to append row in sheets, or you want to clear sheets, or what do you want to do actually? Let us just click on this append row. So it brings us to this node where you just have to like configure Google Sheet itself. So you have to fill in those credentials, which we are going to do later. I'm going to show you how to get your keys and everything. So now when it gets to you creating your credentials for Google Sheets on anything, how to do that is just by clicking on this drop down menu, click on this create new credential button, and yeah, it takes you to this page where you just have to like create your credentials. And the first thing I always like to do when I get to this page is to first name the credentials. Let's just name it demo Google Sheets, Google Sheets, demo Google Sheets, and just click save. And the next thing, just click on this sign in with Google Sheets and select the Google account you want to use. Do you understand? Which the Google account your Google Sheets is going to be connected to. You understand? So what I just like to do is to just select my Google account. And this next page is just like giving you access to the Google account. So anytime you just want access to that Google account, just click on this continue to give access. I'm sorry about the noise, it's just my crazy neighbor just making noise. And when you see this green, when it's green like this, means it's connected successfully. So the next thing you just have to do is to go to your Google Sheets account, go to your Google Sheets, create a Google Sheet, name it from here, maybe you name it demo Google Sheets, and just fill it with this name, age, and this thing. So now just so we make it more practical, I would like to add a form. Let's just come here, delete this, drag this away, and just click on this and click add search for form. It brings this up, and just click on this trigger on new form event. So what this is doing now, let's just first connect this, drag this up a little bit. What this is just basically a form where you just have to like, maybe you have some kind of information you want to fill. So this test means when you just want to test it, you understand, when you just want to use it for testing. And when this production URL means when it's live, like when it's active, you understand, that's when you use production. But for testing now, let's just click on this test URL, this authentication, just leave it as none. This form title just mean, let's just name these details. Let's just name these details. This form description, this is just the form description where you just like, maybe let's just name this demo details. Next, you just drag up and on form submission, right? So now let's just add form elements. Let this be form name. Let's just name this name. Let's use name. Let the element type, we have text, we have password, we have number, we have hidden field, we have files, we have all this. So let's just leave it as test. Let the placeholder be your name. You understand? Placeholder, you understand what placeholder means now? And just click this required, add another form. What's the next thing we have to fill? Age. Click here, type in age. Let this one be a number. Let this one be a number. I'll just like type in age. And let this be required too. Click on this hard form again. And what's the next one? The next one is date of birth. Alright, so now just type in date. Let's see with our date of birth. Date of birth. Let the element type be date. Do you understand? And let this be required. So now when you copy this, you just have to do first copy this and click on test workflow. There's a problem. What's the problem? Append new role. Okay, it's asking you a question here. let's just select the sheet first. We're supposed to first select the sheet. Select the document, which is demo Google Sheet. You understand? This is it here. Demo Google Sheet. Select it. And from the list, you just have to click sheet 1, which is sheet 1. Do you understand? Just come here. Click on this drop down menu and select sheet 1. Then after then just click let me delete this, it's stressing me out. So click on this test workflow again. It brings up this form where it just bring out, based on the Google set it before, details, demo details, and all these things. Now let's just see, my name is Dave Tech Pro, and my age, maybe I just see my age is 12, and my date of birth, let's give the date of birth maybe 12/08 1980. Let's just leave it at that and just click submit. These have now given us some kind of information. As you can see, this one went through, and when you click on this, when you just double click on this one, you see the information it came up with. So the next thing we just have to do is to fill in those values so it can be added to our Google Sheet, based on the fact that it's on. What we want to do is to create new row. Do you understand me? So for us to do that is you just like double click just click on this, drag this name, put it here, go down, and drag this age, put this here. This is just like expression, expression showing the number. You understand? And drag this date of birth and put it here. And now when you click on save and you click on the play button here, see it goes through now, and when you check your Google Sheet now and reload, you see it now have those information you have from your form. Easy as that. Everything is just simple with anything. Everything is just drag and drop, just connecting notes together, and filling in everything. You just need to know what you want first, and with that just connect your credentials, get your things ready. And you see, for this example now, it's very easy. I can also do it again just by clicking this test workflow again. It comes up again. Maybe I just want to fill in another details. Maybe I see my name is Daniel this time, and I see my age is 31, and I see my date of birth is 12/99/90 or maybe 2004. And when I click submit now, it goes through again, and now it's working together. See now, it's now have my name as Daniel 31. Easy as that, sweet as that. Anything is easy, just for you to just know what you want and get what you want to get done. Easy as that. So now let's go with showing you some other tutorials, adding some other notes to further let you understand how N8N is. Even with what I've showed you now, it should be explanatory enough. And let me talk about the template I was talking about. When it gets to you adding a template, just click on this 3 button here, click on import file, and then it shows you all the files. Now let's just click on this download and click on this demo. See, when you just click on done, you see it now have your template here. So you can just easily just download those templates, come here, click on this import file, select the document, select the exact file of the template you downloaded, and just like that, and you just have the template here, and you can just configure it based on and add your own settings that you want. You understand? Easy as that. So guys, don't forget, if you want to download this template or any other template you're working on this class or any other class, all you just have to do is you just go to the description of this video. You see a link that said GitHub repo. Just click on that link. It will take you to my GitHub repo where I uploaded many templates that you can just download and customize for your own projects or even sell to clients. All you just have to do is you just fill in your credentials and tweak some little settings to make it unique to your own project. You understand? And you're good to go. So now we just have with that being said, I need to furthermore explain some more other things, show you some other example to furthermore enlarge and widen your understanding about N8N. So now let's get into it. So now just so we start well and widen your knowledge about N8N and some other powerful tools, let's build something real. Let's say you're a social media manager and you want to create a workflow that automatically helps you generate content to post on LinkedIn. First, we'll create a way to save the topic we want to post inside Google Sheets. That's where we'll type things like maybe top AI tools, who is the current president of Nigeria, who is Lionel Messi, and all of this. It just depends on what topic you want to search about. Then we use a tool called Stavily. It's like your AI personal Google search engine. It helps you search the internet in real time and bring back fresh, updated results based on any topic you give it. Unlike normal AI that reply based on old data, Tably can go out and find what's happening right now, whether it's recent news, facts, or stats. You understand? After Tably gives us the results, we'll pass it to our AI agent that it will use those fresh info to generate professional LinkedIn posts for us. Finally, we'll save those generated posts inside Google Sheets so you can easily copy and paste it when you're ready to post, or even automate posting it later. It just depends on what you want. So with that being said, let's actually go in and start creating our workflow for our LinkedIn posting project. The first thing you have to do when you're on the overview is to click on create workflow to actually start creating our workflow. Let's click on this create workflow. And the next thing I always like to do is to first name my project. Let's name this LinkedIn posting. LinkedIn posting. All right. Just click out for it to save. And let's actually add our first step, which is going to be the trigger. For the trigger, ideally, if we are going to actually have this on production, we should actually go for the on a schedule trigger. So in this way, we can have this workflow trigger at some, maybe we want it to run at maybe 6 o'clock every day or whatever we want it to run. And for this to actually work, we have to actually flick this from inactive to active. So now says your your schedule trigger will now trigger execution on the schedule you have defined. Do you understand? This workflow will actually trigger, it will actually run on the schedule we defined when it's on active. Do you understand? So even if our laptop is not on, even if we're not connected to the internet or anything, it will actually execute that time we set. Do you understand? If it's on active. Do you understand? And the next step we have to do, let's just delete this and actually add our manual trigger for the sake of this video. Click on this to actually add our manual trigger. And let's actually go in and add our Google Sheets node. Let's just search for Google Sheets. Google Sheets. And let's just select on this get rows in sheet. And let's name our Google Sheets node. Let's name this get topics. Get topics. And now saved. When you're on Google Sheets nodes in N8N, the first thing you have to do is to first connect your credential and select it. And for this case, let the resource be sheet within document. Let the operation be get row. And for our sheet, I actually have a sheet here where I have 3 columns. The first column is the topics. This just contains the topics we're going to be searching tably and generating our content on. This status as default is going to be to do, but it's going to change to created once new content is being added. And for this our content column, this is just going to be where our content is going to be filled on, where our LinkedIn content is going to be filled on. And for the document, let's actually select our document. Let's this place be from lists, and let's actually select our document, which is Google Sheets LinkedIn. For me, you can actually create a sheet and name it whatever name you want. For me, I named it Google Sheets LinkedIn, and then actually select the sheet, which is sheet 1, as you can see here. Sheet 1. And let's actually go in and add our filter. When you use the get row operation in N8N Google Sheets node, the filter lets you control which rows are fetched based on specific condition. Just think of filter like telling N8N that only bring me this row where this column has this value. And for this case, we are just going to choose status where it has to do. Let me just copy this, Control C, go back and Control B. And let's just click on this add option to click on return only first matching rows and check this one. And when we actually click on execute step, it will now send us our first matching row, which is who is the president of Nigeria. You see, that's what it fetched us. Do you understand me? And it's just as easy as that. And let's actually go in and add other things. Now that we have set up our Google Sheets to actually get the topics, the next part is to actually connect to Tavily, which will help us search the internet for content related to our topics. And to do that, we just have to click on this plus button here, search for click the search button and search for Tavily. It might not be downloaded yet, just download it and let the action be search. And then this brings up a field where we just have to like connect our credentials and do all those settings. But let's first connect our credential. Just click on this drop down menu here, click on create new credential, and this field comes up where it's asking us for our API key. And if you don't know what API key is like a password. And for this example, API key is the password that N8N needs to securely connect to Tavily on your behalf. It just goes to Tavily and say, hello, David wants to connect, and Tavily will be like, where's the API key? And when N8N say, okay, this is the API key, Tavily gives access. Do you understand? And for us to actually get our API key, it's just go to N8N official website, which is Tavily.com, sign up and log in, and you get your free account where you have like 1,000 credits per month. You understand? And to actually create our API key, just click on this plus button here, give your API key a unique link. For this, let's just say LinkedIn demo class. LinkedIn demo class. Just go down and click create API key, and then you have your API key here. Just click copy, go back and paste your API key. Ctrl V to paste, and let's actually name this. Let's name it LinkedIn demo class, and click save. And now it's successfully saved. And when it's green like this, means it has connected successfully. Just click this back to come back, and I already let the results be searched because we are actually searching the web for something. So now let's select the operation as query, and then you see a field where you just asking you to like fill in whatever you want to ask about. Do you understand? And for us to make this more handy and more useful, we are going to change this from fixed to expression, so that we're not just going to be searching about one topic. We're going to use the expression to dynamically pull in data from whatever topic we are getting. Do you understand? And if you don't know what expression is what allows you to like dynamically pull in data from the previous nodes instead of going with the fixed way, which is not good, because expression is what, like, based on that expression we're using, data will always come, the topic will always come differently, and any topic that is coming with that expression is what we are going to be searching about. So to do that, we just like drag this topic, left click this and drag it like this, and then you see any expression, any data that is coming from Google Sheets that has this expression, we'll see it as, do you understand, we'll see it as a result here. And when you get back now, you see it's now working dynamically. So now let's just click on this add option. When you click on these add options, you see different ways to like customize whatever results you are getting from Tavily. So I'm not really going to talk more. I'm not going to talk more about all of them, but I'm just going to pinpoint topics. I'm going to pinpoint max results, and I'm going to pinpoint days. What this topic just basically means is whatever results you are getting from Tavily, do you want it to be general results, or you want it to be news results, or you want it to be finance results? But as default, we're going to leave it as general. And then this max result just basically means how many results do you want Tavily to give you? Do you want it to be 5 results, or you want it to be 4 results, or you want it to be 7 results? How many results do you want to do? But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go with 3 results. And then for these days, this just basically means how recent do you want the whatever results you are getting from Tavily? Do you want results that was posted maybe 3 days ago, or you want results that was posted maybe 5 days ago, or you want results that was posted 6 days ago? But for the sake of this video, we're just going to leave it as 3. And now when we click on execute step, you see that it's now you now see that it comes up with the results. You see the query, who is the president of Nigeria, is what the query is. And when you check the results, you see that we have 3 results as we set it here, which is 1. Computer will start from 0, 1, 2, 3. And then you see the URL, it's called all those results from. This is the first URL, which is from Wikipedia. The second URL is from Wikipedia 2. The third URL is from X. Do you understand? That's just how it works. Now let's go back and add our other node. The next step is to add our AI agent, which are going to be generating our LinkedIn posts. You understand? We're going to be generating our LinkedIn content based on whatever results we are getting from Tably. And to actually do that, we just have to click on this plus button, click on AI, and click on AI agent. And then the note opener, you just have to like configure everything. Let's change the user message from short trigger to define below. So this way we can use expression to reference data in previous nodes or enter static text. Do you understand? Let's just click on this and let's go for the system message. Click on add option, click on system message to actually add our system prompts. Let's change this from fixed to expression. Scroll down a little bit. Let's click on this icon to expand our field. When you click on this, let's delete this one and paste in our user prompt, which I have here. It's just a simple prompt that says, okay, you are a skilled LinkedIn content creator with strong grasp of professional tone and audience engagement. This is the topic you're going to focus on. We have given you insights from 3 related sources. The first source is going to be, this is where we're going to put in our sources, you understand? So now we tell you that, okay, your role is to craft a complete LinkedIn post using this material. Please follow these rules. We give it rules like write the post directly, no intros, no explanation. Do not include divider, markdown, or code formatting. Your output should look exactly how it should appear on LinkedIn. Include a clear headline, concise paragraph, and 2 to 4 well-placed emoji. Add like 3 to 5 relevant hashtag. End with an open-ended question to boost engagement. Keep it concise, no more than 180 words. And to actually get this work, let's actually click on here. Scroll down to the Google Sheets, our previous Google Sheets node. Click on this to expand whatever data we are getting from there. So now let's click on this topic and drag this topic and paste it here. And then the expression comes with the results. You understand what that means already? And the first source should be whatever results we get from Tably. So just come to the previous nodes of Tably. Under these results, you see a place that said content. Just left click this and drag this to be the first source. Scroll down, drag this second one to be the second source. Scroll down here, drag this to be the third source. So now it will work dynamically. Do you understand me? And let's just click here and come to this user message. For the user message, let's change this from fixed to expression, and let's click on this to expand our field. And then we say, okay, the topic is, as you know, is the topic we're searching on that we have on Google Sheets. Just left click this and drag this and say, okay, source one is the source. You understand me now? Come here, drag whatever first content we get here, drag it and paste it here. Let's just copy this so we don't have to do it that many times. Ctrl C this and Ctrl V this. So now let's change this from 2 to 1, from 2 to 1. So our second source is this. Let's paste this here. And our third source, let's change this from 1 to. So our third source is going to be the last result we get from this thing. And just paste it here, and this will work dynamically and well. And for this to actually work, we have to like connect our brain to whatever we want to get done here. So just click on this chart model, this plus button here in the chart model. Just click on this, and then it brings up different language model to choose from. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to go with Google Gemini. Click on this, and then it brings up a field where you just have to like create and connect your credential and select whatever model you want to choose. And just click on this icon here. It will drop down like this. Click on this create new credential, and then a field open where it's asking for your API key. And for you to actually get the API key for Google Gemini, you have to go to the official website for Google Gemini, which is aistudio.google.com. Click on this get API key. It will open a field similar to this. Click on create API key. There will be something like create new API keys. It will be for yours, but it's not for mine. So just click on here and let me just select whatever I want here and just click on create API keys. It's now generating my API key, and then it will generate it now. So I'll just copy this, come back in here and paste this in here. Let's just name our credential. Let's name it what do we want to name it? LinkedIn posts, and just click save. And when it's green like this, it just means it's successfully connected. You just click this back to come back, and let's just select whatever model we want to choose. There are different models here, but we're just going to go with the 2.5 flash. You understand? And come back here, and when you click on this play button here, it now goes and think, and it will give us our results now, our real content that we're going to post on LinkedIn. And now you see when you double click this and check the outputs you get from AI agents, you see the content the AI agent was able to generate for you based on those 3 sources it gets from Savily. Do you understand? And that's just what that means. Do you understand? The next step now is to add our Google Sheets node, which we are going to use to update the rows and add our content. Like we're going to use to update the status from to do to created, and also add our content in this blank space. And to do that, let's just click on the plus button there and search for Google Sheets. Click on Google Sheets. Choose update rows in Sheets. And then this takes you to the page where you just have to like configure everything. After connecting and selecting your credential, let the resource be sheets within document. Let the operation be update rows. And let's just select our documents, as you can see here. Google LinkedIn, Google Sheets, LinkedIn. Understand? Come back. Let's just select this. And select our sheet, which is going to be sheet 1. And now it brings up to the place. Let's just click on this and let's choose map each column manually. To actually map it manually. Actually get it done, let's select the column to match on, which is going to be topics. And for this, let's just come here and drag this here to match on. Oh, sorry, I think there's a problem. Change the status to created. And now let's just drag this, paste it here. And when you click on execute work, when you click on execute step, it gives you, and that means it successfully. When you check our Google Sheet now, we now have our topic, we have the status changed to created, and we now have our content here. Easy as that. So yeah, we are done with building our LinkedIn posting project. I just want to summarize everything that we have built so you have a recap of what we built. First, we started with the trigger. This is what triggers the workflow and gets it to start running. And then we use this Google Sheets node to get our topic from our Google Sheets. And then we use Tablet to search the web for fresh and updated information based on those topics that we want to search about. And then we use our AI agents to generate our content based on those information that we get from Tablet. And then we use this last Google Sheets node to update our roles in Google Sheets and change the status from to do to created, and also add our content here. Just so you know this is working well, let me click on this execute workflow. You see it goes in and start executing and it runs. Let's give it some more time. It's reloading. And now when you check our Google Sheets and reload this, you see we now have this next one. Now see it's now this status is now changed to created, and now we now have our content here. Easy as that. And as I said before, if you want this to be on production and you want it to happen in real time, you understand, you can change this trigger from this manual trigger to on a scheduled trigger, so you can have it run at maybe a certain time that you want it to run at 6 o'clock every day, or want it to run at 7 o'clock every day. You can just do that. And for that to actually work, you have to flick this from inactive to active. And for you to see those executions that really happen during those times that you are not online and you are not connected to the internet, you just have to click on this execution, and then you see list of executions that happen. Do you understand? And when this loads up, let me click on this and let this load up. See, we had one execution here. This is part of the test execution. But when it's on production, when it's inactive, this icon will not be here. That's where you know that okay, this happened when my workflow was active. Do you understand? And that's just it. That's just what we just built. Now let's go in and build more demos to furthermore explain how N8N works and add more functionality to furthermore enlarge your understanding about N8N and how you can use N8N in real life. Hey everyone, welcome to another part of our tutorial series on N8N. And in this video, we are going to build a simple but powerful lead collection system using N8N step by step. So if you're into real estate, digital marketing, online coaching, or if you are running any kind of business where you need to collect people's information and follow up with them later, this is definitely for you. And even if you are not using it for your own self, you can learn how it works and offer it as service to clients. Because let's be honest, every serious business needs a system like this. Now, here's what we are going to build in this tutorial. First, we'll create a form where people can fill in their details like their name, email, phone number, and what service they're interested in. Once they submit that form, an automatic email will be sent to them instantly just to say thanks and that we confirmed their message. You understand that we received their message. All the information they filled in will be saved into Google Sheets so we can manage and track our leads easily. And finally, we will send a Telegram message to our team so they can notify, so they are notified immediately that a new lead has been collected. So all of this, we are going to do all this without writing a single line of code, just by using N8N built-in tool. So if you are ready, let's dive in and start building this workflow together. So now let's get into it. So with that being said, let's actually go in and start creating our lead collection project. The first thing I always like to do is first name my workflow. Let's just click on here and say, let's save it as lead collection. Click out like this. And let's add our first step. Click on this to add our first step. Let's search for form. Click on this. Click on form. Click on this, and first let me explain what test URL is and what production URL is. Test URL is when you're just like testing your workflow, like what we're about to do now. In the process of making it, you test it. And for the production URL, this is when you want to have it live. This is when you want to have it on production. This is when you want to have it active. Do you understand? But now let's just go with the test URL. Let's tell it the authentication as none. And then you see two fields here. We're just asking for the form title and the form description. For this form title, let's name it lead capture form. This description, let's name it fill in your info. Fill in your info. And now let's start to add form elements. Click on this add form element. The first thing we need is the name. Let the elements type be text. Let the placeholder be name. Let's just leave this placeholder as name. And let's make this required. Scroll down again and add another one. Let this one be email. Let me use email. Let the elements type be email. And let the placeholder be just like email. Scroll down and let this be required to add another form element. Let's make this phone number. Let the element type be number and let the placeholder be phone number. Let's make this required to. Let's scroll down and let's add another one. Since we are working for let's work for real estate. Let's see what we can make from that. Let's make this service. Services. Let the elements type be drop down lists. Let the first option be okay. They want for renting or buying a property. Let's see, buying a property. Let's add another field option, or renting an apartment. Renting an apartment. Oh, sorry, an apartment. Let's add another field again, or selling my properties. Selling my property. Let's add another field again, land purchase. This is when they want to choose some kind of like options, you understand, land purchase. And then let's multiple choice, let this also be required. No, let's not make it multiple choice. Let's uncheck this. This is when you want them to, choose multiple choice. Maybe they want to choose rent, buying a property, and also renting an apartment. Do you understand? You can check that on if you want that. But now let's just click this again to add another form element. Let's make this message. Maybe if they want to like send, if they have any message to say, understand? Let's make this text too. And say if you have any message for us. If you have any, this might not, this don't need to be required because it's not compulsory. This is just optional. And let's respond when form is submitted. Do you understand? And now when we click this execute step, it brings us the form to fill. Let's say our name. Let's say our name is Daniel. Our email address. Let's just select this one, and this is my phone number. I just put it, and let's select our service. You now see the drop down menu. Let's maybe say want to buy a property. This is optional. We don't have to put it, but let's just say I want to buy a property. And then when we click submit, it now said form submitted. And then when we check the output of our form, we now see it now give us those data. My name is Daniel. Now give the email address, the phone number, the service we say we want. Now gives the messages and the time it was submitted and the form mode. Do you understand? And now when you click on, you can see it both in schema, you can see it both in table, you can see it both in JSON format. Do you understand? That's just how it is. Now let's actually go in and add our other node. Alright, so the next part now is to add our Gmail node. We are going to use this node to send an automatic email message to the person that just filled out the form. This is important because it let them know we have received their request and that someone from our team will get back to them soon. And for us to actually add our Gmail node, you just click on this plus button after our form. Just search for Gmail. Click on it. Let the message action be send a message. And then it open this node. You just have to like connect the credential and do a lot of the configuration. But first, let's first connect and select the credential. Click on this drop down menu. Click on create new credential. Click on this sign in with Google to actually sign in our Google account. And this is actually open. We just have to like select and sign in our Google account. Let's click on our preferred Google account. If you don't have the Google account, you can just add your Google account there. So click this to actually allow it and give N8N access to your Google account. You understand? And click continue. And now as you see, it's connected successfully. Let's name this. Let's just give it a simple name. You can give it whatever name you want. I just give it form. Let's just click save to save it. And then it's open this let's select the resource as message. Let the operation be send. The two just basically means who you want to send the message to. Do you understand? So to do that, let's just drag this in from here and paste that there. Let the subject be thank you for wishing out to us. Let the email type be text. And let the message be, let's actually click on this expression and click this to expand our listing. And let's just paste this in. And it just said, the person name, thank you for reaching out to Real Estate Garden. You have received a request regarding the service, one of our clinical companies. So for us to actually make this look right, let's just delete that and paste whatever the name is here. Paste that in. Let's come here. Let's delete that and drag the name from here again. Paste that there. For the services, let's drag these here and paste that in. For the phone number, let's delete this and drag the phone number from here and paste it there. The email, let's also delete this. Drag whatever the email come from there. Paste that in there. For these services, let's also delete this and drag whatever the services is so the person choose, you understand? And the message, let's also delete this and drag whatever the person sent as message. And now you see the final result, the final message that will be sent to the person. This is, hi Daniel, thank you for reaching out to us at Real Estate Garden. We have received your request regarding buying a property, and one of our real estate consultants will contact you shortly to assist you further. There is a quick summary of your submission. This is the full name, this is the phone number, this is the email address, this is all those information. Just, can just copy and paste it for your own if you want to get it done for yourself. Let's just delete them. Click on that to actually leave there. Let's click on this add option and click on this append anything attribution. And let's check this off. So it doesn't send the message and include sent from N8N. Do you understand? Let's click back to Canva. And when we click on this play button, it actually goes and send the message. And now when we check our sent message here, we now see the message was sent. As you can see, this is everything that we added, as you can see. And that's just how it is. Easy. Let's go back to anything and actually add another node that we want. Alright, so now since we have added our form node and also added our Gmail node, now let's actually go in and add our Google Sheet node. We're going to use this node to save all the information that was submitted through the form. This is really important because it allows us to keep record of every leads that come in, and we can always go back to check or follow up later. And to actually add our Google Sheet node, let's just click on this plus button here and search for Google Sheets. And click on that. Let the action be append row in sheet. And then let's actually go in and select our credential. I already taught you how to connect and select your credential. Let the resource be sheet within documents. Let the operation be append row. And let's actually select our document. I have a sheet here where I have all these columns. The first column is where we're going to save the names. The second column is where we're going to save the emails. The third column is where we're going to save the phone numbers and all of it. Do you understand what all of this mean now? Now let's go back and actually select our sheet. As you can see here, lead collection, as you can see. And the sheet is sheet 1. As you can see here, sheet 1. Now let's just scroll down and let's actually fill in all these things. And to do that, let's just left click from the form. Let's left click the name here, paste it in here. The email, let's drag this email to and paste that in. For the phone number too, let's left click the phone number and drag down to and paste it in. For the services, let's left click this to let's left click this and paste that into here. And for the message, let's drag the message and paste that in. I don't know why this one was not added. Let's just click out to add it. And since we did not find it, let's just click on this to refresh. It should not come up. Okay, yeah, submitted ad. Let's just drag this submitted ad and paste this in here. So now when we click this execute step, you should now go in and add those information. As you can see, we have Daniel, we have the email address here, we have the phone number here. We have the phone number here, we have the services, we have everything. So come in, just want to make this look okay. Yeah, let's expand this too. And now you see all those information was saved automatically. So if we come back and check, you now see from the form, it sends the Gmail message and it saves all those information that was gotten from the form. It saves it in our Google Sheets, which is this. So now let's actually go in and add our last sheet, our last node, which is Telegram. Search for Telegram, click on the plus bar and search for Telegram and click Telegram. Click send a message. Let the action be send. Where the fuck is this thing? Send a text message. And it brings us to this video. We have to select our credential. For you to connect and select your credential for Telegram, you just have to click on this drop down menu, click on create new credential, then it brings us to this field asking for our access token. And for us to get our access token for Telegram, you just have to go to Telegram, search for bot father, click here and search for bot father. Click this first one and click on start. And this is where we are going to create our bot. So to create any bot, just have to let's copy this. This is what we are going to copy here and paste here. And when you send this, it's access. Choose a name for your bot. Let's give it a name. Let's say the name is real garden. Yeah, real garden. I think that's okay. Let's just send this. Okay. Now we have to create our bot username. Let's give it real garden bots. But this time we have to add bots after the username. You understand? Just add bots slash this unicorn slash bots. You understand? And when you send this, it gives us our access token here. Just copy this just tap it by copying it, and just come here and control V it. Just paste it here. And let's actually name this. Let's name it real garden. And click out and click save. And now it's connected successfully. And now let the resource be message, let the operation be send message, let the so now we have to fill in our chat ID. And for you to get your chat ID, you still have to go to Telegram, click on Telegram, search for user info. Click on this. I don't think it's this one. No, user info bot. I think yeah. User in. Yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, it's the one. You see the user here, you see it. You click on start, and then you get your ID here. Just tap this. Let's just copy this. It's kind of still sorry. Let's actually Control C this by copying it. Go back and paste it here. And then it asks you your text. I have one text on my notes here. Let me just come to my notes. Let's copy that. This is just what we are going to be sending to the team. You understand? So now let's change this to expression and expand this field. And Control V what I got there. Now this is the message you are going to be sending to the team. Do you understand me? So for the name, this is just a message that new leads alert. A new person just submitted their information via a lead form. This is the name, this is the email address, this is the phone number, this is the service they're interested in. Click here to to view all leads. Please follow up as soon as possible. It's simple as that. So for us to actually do, let's just drag the name and put the name here. Let's drag the email and put it here. Let's drag the number, the phone number, and paste it here. Let's drag the services they're interested in and paste it there. Now let's actually go to our Google Sheets and copy this URL here. Copy this, Control C this, and paste it here. Please follow up as soon as possible. Easy. Let's scroll down. Let the reply markup be known. And let's click on this add field. And let's click on this append N8N attribution. And let's turn this off so that when it's sending a message, it doesn't also include sent from anything. You understand? And for us to actually start our bots, let's actually go in and first start our bots. Come here. You see the username here, this is going to be the link to your bots. Just click on this link. It takes you to the bots. click on start to actually start your bot. Do you understand? And now let's come here and let's click on this execute step. Now you see that's gone. And when you check our bots, you now see we now have the message sent. I want to click on this link. As you can see, it directs us to our Google Sheet. So in this field, this file you have requested doesn't exist. I don't know, maybe I did mistake with the URL. I will figure that out. And yeah, as you can see, it works automatically, no stress, nothing. And yeah, that's just how easy it is to get this done here. And now when we click execute workflow again, it brings up the form. And now let me fill up the form again. Let the name be, let me just put that this now. Let's select, let's say this time we want to sell a property, and I want to sell a property. Let's click submit. And I want to click submit. It goes in, rolls in, and our Google Sheet now have the new info that was just sent. Our Telegram now, you see, we now have a new Gmail, a new message that was sent with those information, as you can see. And yeah, that's how easy it is to get things done here, and that's it. So now that we have built some cool projects together, let us now take things to the next level. So now we are going to build a bonus real life project that you can learn, and not just learn, but you can actually start making the bag from. Do you understand? So this is not just going to be the theory part. I'm going to show you the practical step that can turn your skill into cash. So if you are serious about building your AI agent, your AI automation, you're all about AI and you want to start making money from AI and AI automation, please turn on that bell and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified anytime new video is being dropped on the channel. So now let's get into it. Alright, so before we start building this project together in N8N, let me quickly show you what we're actually going to create step by step. This is an automated invoice workflow, something super useful if you're your client, deal with invoice files regularly. And as you know, before any workflow starts, it has to start with some kind of setting trigger. And what triggers this workflow is when a new file is being added to the folder that we created. Maybe we add a folder in our Google Drive called the invoice folder. So this is going to trigger when a new file is being added to that particular folder. And then we're going to use this our download Google Drive notes to download whatever file that was being added to our Google Drive. And we're going to use this extract text notes to extract all the text that is in our invoice. Maybe all the text that is going to be in our invoice. We're going to use this extract text notes to extract all the text. And then we're going to use this AI info extractor nodes to extract all the useful information that we need, maybe like the invoice number, the amount, the client name, the GD, and all this information, just depending on what information we want to extract. And then we're going to use our Google Sheets nodes to update and save all the important information that we need to track. We want to all the important information like the invoice number, the amount, the client name, all this information. We're going to use this our Google Sheets node to save all those useful information that we want to save. Do you understand? And lastly, we're going to use our Gmail nodes to send email notifications to the billing team, telling them that okay, a new invoice have been submitted and they should just do whatever they want to do with this information that we just submitted. So now let's actually go in and start creating this particular workflow in N8N step by step with no code. So with that being said, let's actually go in and start creating our invoice workflow. The first thing I just like to do, as you know, is to first name my workflow. Let's name this invoice demo. Click out and let's add our first step. Our first step be let's search for Google Drive. Click on it and the trigger should be on changes involving specific folder. And let's first create our credential first. And it brings us to this field asking for our client ID and our client secret. And for us to actually get our client ID and our client secret for Google Drive, I should go to this website called console.cloud.google.com and just click enter. It takes us to this page. The first thing we should first do here is to first create our project. Let's click on that icon here. Just click on this and click on create new project. let's call these let's call these invoice YouTube demo, or whatever you want to call it. That's what I just called mine. I just click create, and to just roll. It take some time to load. When it's done loading, just select it like this. Just select your project. The next thing to do is to click on this icon here, and click on APIs and services, and click on enable APIs and services. And let's search for Google Drive. Click on that and search for Google Drive. Click on Google Drive and API, Google Drive API and stuff. Just click on that. Google Drive API. I don't know why it's not clicking here. And click this to enable Google Drive API. Slow down. I don't know why it's taking so much time. I think it's my network. So yeah, after it's done, click on this want consent screen. Click on that and click on get started. And let's give our app a name. Let's give this invoice demo. And let's give so let's add a user support email and click next. And let the audience be external. And let's click next here. And let's add our contact email. gmail.com and click next. And click this to agree and click continue and click create. It should take some time to create. Let's just watch that as it creates. And click on this create alt clients. Click on that. And click on this API application type. Let the application type be web application. Do you understand? And let's give this a name again. Let's give this invoice demo. You can use whatever name you want. You understand? And don't need to bother about this. So for this authorized redirect URL, let's click on this add URL for this authorized redirect URL. Click on this URL and scroll and come back to N8N and copy this alt redirect URL. Do you understand? Copy that. Come back in and paste this. And now click create. It takes some time to load here, and it's now give us our client ID. Copy that. Come to this client ID and paste this here. So okay, come back here and just click OK here. So then click in. So you then see your client ID and your client secret to be here too. So this client secret, copy it, come back.
Your battery level is now 90%.
I'm sorry, and paste that in. And let's name this whatever I want to name this. But for me, I just name it invoice demo YouTube. Name it whatever you want and click save. Click save. And click sign in with Google. And let's select our Google account. Okay, we have not given it access yet. We have not had our Google account as a test user. That's why it's not giving access. That's why it's saying access blocked. Let's go back there. Click on audience. I know this might be looking somehow complicated to you, but you just have to follow my step, follow every step I'm taking to get it right. You understand? So click on this test user here. Click on add user and add that your Google account. And click save. Good. And now when you come back and click sign in with Google and select that account again, that your Google account again, you see now it now went through. So now just say Google hasn't verified this app, so just click on continue and click on select all and click continue. Good. And now you see it's connected successfully. Let's click back. Let the trigger on be changes involving specific folder. Let the mode be every minute. Let's leave it at every minute. And yeah, let's now actually select our folder. For me, I have the invoice here that I'm going to use for testing. This is it. So let me just click on this file to actually download it as PDF. Do you understand? So click that. Download this as PDF. Now let's go to our Google Drive. Let's click on new. Let's click on new folder. And let's create a new folder. Sorry. What am I going to do? Okay, click on create new folder. Let's give our folder a name. Okay, let's see, this is where we want to be putting everything. Invoice, let's just call this invoice folder and click create. And now this is it. Let's actually go in and paste that our invoice that I just downloaded. Good, it's now dropped in. As you can see now, we now have our invoice I want to work with here, which is this. So let's go back to N8N. Let's drag this out a little bit. Let's select our folder, which is invoice folder. As you can see, invoice folder. And let's watch for file created. When a file is created in the watched folder, do you understand? Let's just click on that. And then when we click on this play button here, it goes in, and now you can see we now have that file, which is, let's look for the name. Sorry. Good. As you can see, the name here, DeepTech Pro invoice sample detailed. As you can see, that's what we have here. DeepTech Pro invoice sample detailed. Good. You can see it here. So now let's actually go in and add our other node, which is to download Google Drive. Do you understand? So just search for Google Drive. Click on this Google Drive and click on download file. We already have our credential select. Let the resource be file. Operation be download. And let's change this from list to ID. Do you understand? To make it unique and make it work dynamically. Sorry. So now let's look for the ID here. Let's just scroll down. Look for the ID. Where's the ID? Just take your time. Let's take your time and look for the ID here. I'm coming. Just need to take my time and guess. Good. This is the ID here because I see the name here. I know this is the ID. So let me just drag this and paste it in here. And now when I click execute step, you now see it now gives me the data. But first, let me first pin this data so I don't have to like execute step every time. And just pin this. Just click on here to pin the data. So even if I refresh this page and I refresh anything, I still have the data pinned here. Do you understand? To work with. So as you can see now, we have our file here. So now we can have it in binary. So now they just click on this download here. We can download it just like that. Do you understand? So the next the next thing now is to add. What's our next this thing? Is to add our extract tests. So let's go back, click here and search for extract tests, extract text from file. Click this, extract from PDF, and let the operation be extract from PDF, and let it be, you understand? Okay, and adoption. And now you see, when I click that execute step, when I click on execute step, it now goes in and extracts all the tests that we have in our PDF. As you can see, we have the DevTech Pro Clinical, the issue date, and everything. And if we look at our PDF here, let's look in our PDF. You can see this is what we have: DevTech Pro, the issue dates, June 25, 2025, the invoice number, IMV, all of this. As you can see, that same thing we have. Yeah, this is the invoice number, IMV 1001, as you can see. So yeah, that's it. So the next step now is to actually add what's the next step? The next step is to add our info extractor. And let's go back and search for information extractor. Let's click on that, and then it opens the node asking us to fill all these things. When you're on the information extractor node, you see the test field and all these things. For the test, this test just basically means the test that you want to extract information from, those things that the test that you want to extract information from. You understand? And for this to actually, well, let's just drag come to the extract from file node, and just drag this test site, just drag these and paste this in. And as you can see, this is all the tests that extract that we extracted from our PDF. Do you understand? So now let's just click on the schema type. Let's click on from attribute description, and let's click on add attributes. And this just brings us to the place just asking us, okay, which information do you actually want to extract from this test? Firstly, I have a sheet here where I have this is going to be my database where I'm going to save all the information that I want. You understand? So firstly, I want to have the invoice number. I just come here and say, oh, sorry, invoice number. Let's see, invoice number. Let the name be invoice number. Let the string type be string. Let the type be string. So this, let's just describe what the invoice number is. Let's just keep the description as the invoice number, and let this be required. Let's scroll down and let's add another one. What's the next thing that we need? The client's name. The client's name. Let's write client's name, and let the type be string too. Let's scroll down and let's add our description. See the name of the clients. Name of the client. Let's make this required too. Let's add another attribute. You can this description just mean, you know, this is an AI. You just have to describe to the AI what information you want to extract from this test. Do you understand? So that's just what that means. So now let's go and check what other information we need. We need the client's email. Let the string type, let the type be string too. Let's give this the email of the client, and let this be required too. Let's add another attribute. What other information are we going to need? Client phone. Let the string type, let's leave it as string. Let the description be the phone number of the client. Let this be required to, let's add another attribute. What other information are we going to need? The due date. Due dates. And let's leave this as dates. Let the type be dates, you understand? Let's just say the due date. And let's make this required to, what other information are we going to be needing? The issue dates. You see, issue dates. Let the type be date, and let the description be the dates. The invoice was issued. Let's make this required to, let's add another attributes. So that information are we going to be needing? The total amount. You'll see the total amount. Let's leave this as string too, because we don't want to mess with all these $sign, you understand? So all those $sign will be included. So that's why I leave that string. But if it's just number you want to work with, you can change it to number. Do you understand? So let me just make the description the total amount. And let's make this required too. What other things we need? Okay, we are done. And I will click execute step. Oh, it does nothing. Oh, we have not added our chat model. Let's click on this and let's search for Google Gemini. Let's click on this first one and let's create a credential. Let's click on create the credential. Let's actually go to aistudio.google.com. As I told you before, click on create API key and let's select our project and click on create API key. Copy this, come back here and paste this here, and let's name this invoice demo. Let's just name that invoice demo and click save. And now it's connected successfully. Let our chat model be, this should work fine, 2.5, and let's click on this play button now. As you can see, it actually goes in and extracts those informations that we need. Our invoice number, which is this is correct, INV101, which is what we have here, INV101. Our client's name, DevTech Pro. We'll come back, we'll see our client's name is DevTech Pro here. Our client's email is John Kiniko. As you can see, we have it here as so easy as that. So what other nodes are we going to add again? Let's add our Gmail. Let me check what other node we need. Okay, we're going to add our sheet node, our Google Sheet node. And to do that, you just click on this plus button again. Let's search for Google Sheets. Click on Google Sheets and click on append row in sheet. So actually, like, add a new row, create a new role in sheet. You understand? Let's select our credential. I already taught you how to create and select your credential on Google Sheets. If you don't know how to do it, go back and watch how to do it. Let's just select our credential. Let the resource be sheet within documents. Let's actually select the document that we want. I have it here already, which is invoice update DB. As you can see it here, invoice update DB. You can give it whatever name you want. You understand? Let the sheet be sheet 1. As you can see it here, it just depends on what sheet you are on. You see sheet 1. And then let's just drag in those information. Let the invoice number from the information extractor, let's just drag in this invoice number, easy. The client's name, easy. The client's email, easy phone, which is this easy. Scroll up and add other one, due dates, drag that in. Our issue date, drag that in. Let's see the total amount. Let's drag that in now. I want to click on execute step. It should actually go in. As you can see, the blue mark here, the green mark here means it's successful. Now we'll check our sheets now, and as we now have those information saved automatically. So the next part now is that we're going to add our AI agents, which are going to use to write the email that we're going to be sending to our billing team. And to actually do that, I just click on this plus button here, click on AI, and click on AI agent. And let's change the source to define below. And let's actually scroll down to add our system message. Let's click on, let's scroll down a little bit, change it to expression, and click on this to expand our view. Let's just delete this. And I have a system message here. I already explained to you what system message is. So let me just copy this and paste this in here. So what this is the overview of what he knows that his personality is going to be. Okay, now I give the personality, okay, you are the email expert for Deep Tech Pro, responsible for handling invoice-related email communication. Your main task is to notify the internal billing team whenever an invoice is received or sent. That's the system message I give it. So you know what system message is? System message is just like the system prompt that tells the AI agent how to react and how to behave. Do you understand? So now let's actually go into our user message and change it to expression and expand our view. Now let's give it the invoice, the information that we want it to be sending to the billing team. So the first one is the invoice number. Let's just drag that in like this. And next one is the client's name. Let's drag that in. Next one is don't need to send the client's phone number to the billing team. So the next one we should choose is the due dates. Let's drag that from here. Issue dates and drag that. The total amount. Just drag that in like this and click out. So now we click execute step. Oh, it does nothing because we have not added our chat model. So let's click here to actually add our chat model. Let's search for Google Gemini. This is it. And let's just click out. Let our model be 2.5. I think this is faster and more powerful. So let's just click on this play button to actually get it done for us. It's loading. Now you see we get our final message that will be sending to our billing team. So now let's actually add our Gmail note that is going to send the message. Let's say Gmail. Send a message. Let the action be send a message. Let's actually create our credential. Click on create new credential and sign in with Google. Let's just choose our accounts and click on this to allow anything and click continue. And now you see it's connected successfully. Let's give the name as invoice demo and click keep editing and click save. Let the resource be message, let the operation be send, and the tool should just be let me just give let it to be to the billing team. So this is going to be fixed since the email is not going to be changing. So let's leave it as fixed. Do you understand? So let me give it an email address. Subject, you just let me just give it a subject like a. We can set the subject. We can allow our AI agent output the subject separately. Oh, I don't. Let's just go with this now. Hello, billing team. Let the email type be test, and let the message. Let's change it to fixed, and let's just expand our field and just drag these and paste it in here. And now you see this is the message that is going to be sending to our billing team. And then when we execute step, it went through. As you can see, the green mark now means it's successful. Means the message has successfully sent. I have an email. Let me just check and show you. I'm coming. I'll show you now. As you can see now, you see the message was sent successfully, easy and sweet. And that's just how it is, and that's just how easy it is to get things done with anything. Everything is automation. Just automate. You just need to first just know what you want to get done. Think of what you want to get done. Draw what you want to get yourself. I want to get this particular dark zone. How will I get it done? Sit down and think, and just draw those schema down. And you don't know. You just figure it out, easy and sweet. And that's just it. Before we get into building some more complex projects, I just feel it's very important I explain to you what API is, what API keys are, what post and get in HTTP request really is. So let's get into it. An API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, is a set of rules that allows different applications to talk to each other. So now imagine this. You are at a restaurant, you the user wants to order a food. The kitchen is the application or service you want to get data from, maybe like a weather service. You can't just walk into the kitchen and make your order. It's complex. They have their own system. The API is your waiter. You give your order to the waiter. The waiter then goes to the kitchen with your specific request. The kitchen then prepares your food. The waiter then walks back and give you back your food. So now, in N8N, your N8N workflow is the customer. The external service like Google Sheets or a weather service or your CRM is the kitchen. Then your HTTP request node in N8N acts as your universal waiter, allowing you to talk to almost any kitchen on the internet. Do you understand? So now, this is now where we need API and API key. So now, an API key is a unique code that is used to identify and authenticate your application when it's making a request to an API. So now, let's say in an exclusive member only club, you can't just walk from the waiter. You have to first show your membership card that proves that you are allowed to be there. So an API key is your membership card or a secret password. It tells the service that okay, it's you making the request and you have permission to have access to their data or services. Do you understand? So now let me explain what a get and a post really means in HTTP requests. A get request in web term just means asking the server to give you some information, usually without changing anything on the server. It's just like you searching on Google, on searching for something on Google. Your browser sends a get request to Google server with your search word in the URL. Like for now, if you search for boy, you will see the URL as google.com/search question mark, query. You know what query is? Query just basically means a question, equals to boy. Do you understand? What I want to search, my browser send a get request to Google server with my search word in the URL to get a particular information from Google. It's not just, I'm just using Google as an example. It's not just about Google. Do you understand? So a get request just basically means getting something from a particular server without sending any data, without changing any data. That's what a get request means. But then a post request is like the opposite of a get request, because a post request is used to send data to a server to create or update a resource. Just think of submitting a form, uploading a file, or creating a contact in your CRM. For a get is used to get information from a particular server without sending any data or information. It's just like searching for something, just like getting something. That's what a get request means. But for a post you have to send a data to get some kind of particular things done. It's just like I explained before, it's just like submitting a form, just like uploading a file, just like doing something. Just like you have to send data, you have to send body data to a particular server to get some kind of things done. But for a get, it's just like you using the URL to get some kind of things from their server. You understand? It's not like you are sending any data. But for post, you have to send data to, you have to send data to get some kind of things done. Just like filling out a form, just like uploading a file and all those things. You understand? You have to send data to that server to get some kind of things done. That's what we call post. But for get, you have to send. But for get is just like getting information from a particular server. That's what get request means. Do you understand what get request and the post request means now? So in a simple explanation, get just means go and fetch the info for me so I can use it in my workflow. While a post is just like, here is my data, send it there, let their system work for it. Do you understand? Get is just like, go and fetch this info for me so I can use it in my workflow. But for post is just like, here is my data, like send my data to them. Here is my data, send it to their server, let their system work for it. That's just the two difference between them. Forget, you are just getting data. But for post, you are sending data for them to get some kind of particular things done. Alright, I don't want to overload you with too much tutorial for now. You can just follow the ones I give you in this I'll be dropping another video next week that will help you expand your understanding about N8N even more. In the next video, I will go deeper into HTTP request. I will explain what a get and a post request really means. And also I will show you real example that will make it stick better to your head. But for now, I will just subscribe, like the video, and turn on that bell notification so you'll be notified next time I drop any video. And again, don't forget, if you want to get access to the template that we built in this video, just check the description below. You find a link to my GitHub repo. You can just go in, download the template, and can just start using it like that. Do you understand? So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Thank you. Stay Tech Pro. See you in the next one.